GoDaddy.com, your #1 source for all your internet needs.
GoDaddy.com offers new hosting, free hosting. Is it free hosting or new hosting?
GoDaddy.com, your #1 source for new domain registry.
Now with your domain registration, you get hosting, free blog, and free puppies.
Puppies?
Of course not.
Jackass. Get your piece of the internet on GoDaddy.com through GameZombie TV.
And enter in the code ZOMBIE20 and get an additional 20% off of 1, 2, and 3-year shared hosting plans. I think that was right.
I think that was right too. I'm really excited.
Hey, I'm Dave Klein of GameZombie.tv, and I'm here with Ronnie, product manager for Dantes Inferno.
Yes, sir.
Now, Ronnie, how much is the game based off of the mythos of the book?
Well, the poem. It's based on the poem, and the poem essentially is the backdrop for the game. All right, so Dante Alighieri wrote the poem 700 years ago and created this amazing vision of what hell would actually look like if one were to go into hell. And really all the environments, many of the monsters and the beasts that you encounter, Dante himself, all directly from the poem. And then what the game team did was they took some liberties to create a bit of drama and some other sort of gameplay elements to make it into an action fighting game.
So is it more of just using the book for inspiration, or do you just take a lot of, more so inspiration?
It's more than inspiration. I mean, it's, like I said, it's really the backdrop of the entire game. A lot of the scenes that you go through, a lot of the enemies that you encounter are directly from the poem itself. So definitely more than just inspiration, for sure.
Great. So the artwork too, like all the artwork is based around that?
There's been a lot of artists that have interpreted the game, the poem in their entertainment medium. So what we've done is interpreted the poem for a video game.
So do you have the strong Christian themes as well?
There are some themes. I mean, Dante fights with a cross, with the Holy Cross, so I guess that's fairly Christian. He also is a veteran of the Crusades, which is essentially a holy war. So, but you know, other than that, it's more of just a really fun action fighting game that's has some religious themes inside of it, but that's not really the essential portion of the game.
So does he go through the different rings and circles of hell?
Right. Yeah. He starts on the surface and then enters limbo, which is the first circle of hell, and then descends into the through the 9 circles and eventually into treachery, which is the last circle of hell.
So is the devil the same person as was in the book, or did you take more creative liberty with that?
We're not really talking about the end of the game. I can tell you that it's an epic ending, and you will not be disappointed.
Yeah, so how did you guys come up with the design for Dante himself?
So there were a lot of rounds and iterations of what he possibly would look like. There's an art team on the game that worked on not only Dante but all the characters in the game, and and this is who we came up with, and I think he's speaks for himself. He's a pretty awesome character. You will not play a more hellish game than this, and we deliver 9 distinct circles that are all unique and are all taken from Dante's inspiration. So that's the first difference. The second is the weapons and the combat. Dante fights with a scythe that he stole from Death, and also the Holy Cross that I mentioned earlier. Those are distinct weapons. And then finally, I would say, just sort of more of a pie-in-the-sky view, our game is a bit more majestic and pulled back. We have those upfront, in-your-face, gruesome moments, but then we also are able to scale back and really play up the whole scale of hell and how Dante is so small and insignificant compared to the giant hell landscape.
All right, great. So again, that's Dantes Inferno, coming out February 9th, 2010.